Michael and I met in 1998. We met in a chat room on America Online and decided to meet in person about a month later. And so he flew from Dallas to Pennsylvania to Philadelphia, and we met for the first time.
From Killeen.
From
From
Killeen.
Killeen to Dallas,
That's right.
to Pennsylvania. Yeah.
And that was in 1998.
4th of July, right?
It was the 4th of July, that's correct. And then in 1999, we moved together to Charlotte, North Carolina, 1999. Mm-hmm. And we got married in 2000, and we've been there ever since.
That's the true story.
Growing up, I was not raised, my mother never raised me to see any color, so when I met Michael, I never saw the color. I just had the connection with him emotionally, and so the skin color never became a factor to me. So really, and also up north in Pennsylvania, there was some racial things going on, but I noticed it more when I moved to the south with Michael. So I did have my first interaction, my first actual experience was a job. It was my first job, and I had talked to a coworker about Michael. I was very excited because we had moved to Charlotte together. We're starting a new life, and through our conversation, I mentioned that he was black, and she told me that it would probably be a good idea if I did not put up any pictures of us on my desk. And that was the first experience that I had in Charlotte, yes. And I was quite confused and taken back because I'd never had anything like that happen to me before. I am Pennsylvania Dutch. It is a culture, a group of people that came over from Germany, and predominantly Mennonite Amish country in the hills of Pennsylvania. So it's actually, we also speak a language which is a derivative of German, which is Pennsylvania Deutsch. And that was the culture the background that I grew up in.
I am African American. I have history of, I can't remember the Indian on my maternal grandmother's side, but I also have Irish in me as well, but predominantly African American. I was born in Aurora, Colorado in 1970, military brat. I did my younger years in Virginia and Cleveland, Ohio, and my later years in Omaha, Nebraska, and then went to the military in '92.
We have 2 children. Our daughter is 17 and our son is 13. And they are unique children.
We have been forced to, or I've been forced to enter that conversation a lot sooner and have that talk with them as far as, you know, you're black and the world sees you as black. You know, even though you have a white mom and a black father, you know, your skin tone is lighter, but the world will see you as black.
It was love.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. It is love. And the big man upstairs, G-O-D. And you know, just being able to listen. So racism isn't the problem, it's people are the problem. You know, it's how you're taught, how you're raised, how you believe, you know. And my thing is, you know, if I can do one heart, one mind at a time, then that's the goal. I don't want to go through it, I'll choose to go through it, you know, but that's what it is. And you deal with more stuff now. For me personally, I've dealt with more stuff outside of racism that has been harder for me than dealing with that. I have stories I could tell you, but it's not worth the salt. But in this time, it's challenging. But I like it though. A lot of things have happened that have let people know that our country hasn't healed, or the world hasn't healed from racism. It was swept under the rug, and things have happened that still have not been dealt with. And there's some reconciliation that needs to happen. So, and America is America. So, that's it.
It all came crumbling down. Oh, I saw how it really is now. Can't go on with my eyes wide shut. Never been the type to play exactly by the book. I stayed silent, fearing your...
Late at night, many favorite eateries close, leaving students with fewer options to choose from. One that stays open is Bobcat Quickie. Bobcat Quickie is located inside the Exxon off Guadalupe and University Drive and is open 24 hours.
Oh, it's picked up tremendously, and I think it's been a long time waiting. We've been waiting for about 1.5 years now. Since COVID basically started, we haven't had any students here.
Aside from the delicious tacos they have to offer, delivery options are available through Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Postmates.
Wait, I get loaded. I go bacon, cheese, potato, and egg. Yeah. I get about 2 of those at the end of the night and set you right.
Bobcat Quickie has a variety of food choices for your late night hunger pangs, but it specializes in tacos and burritos. For Bobcat Update, I'm Miyah Stewart.
Texas State students and locals came out this past weekend to do some good for the community. For example, volunteers did some weeding on East Hutchinson.
I live here in the city of San Marcos. I go to school here, and I'm really proud to be here. So any chance I can get to keep it clean, keep it safe, make it look the best it can, I'm all for it.
Several Texas State students assisted in the cleanup effort.
It is so important for us to have volunteer help because we couldn't do it by ourselves. It's a lot of work to keep downtown looking presentable to both our visitors and our locals, and we just really appreciate the help, from things to litter cleanup to weeding, which is what we're doing today, to painting railings. I mean, the more people we have, the more we can accomplish.
If you would like to volunteer in the future, send an email to mainstreet@sanmarcostx.gov. For Bobcat Update, I'm Reed Hartle.
October is National Disability Awareness Month. Texas State University Office of Disability Services has organized events throughout the month to provide resources and information to students. For example, the Epilepsy Foundation of Central and South Texas provided training this week on how to help anyone who's having a seizure. And later this month, ODS will have a presentation on better understanding students with autism.